Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. We like to take these really cool topics and, kind of unpack them in a way that gets you up to speed but doesn't bog you down with too much info.
Exactly. We want to make it fun, but also meaty.
Yeah, exactly, meaty. So today we're diving into Taiwan.
Awesome.
Island nation in East Asia, known for its vibrant culture, beautiful landscapes. You probably heard of the night markets, maybe tried some bubble tea, but we've got some surprising stuff for you today. We did a bunch of research. And we're going way beyond just, the touristy stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of people might have some surface level knowledge, but today we're really gonna, unearth some of the more unexpected aspects of Taiwan.
Right, get into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's start with something that I think is super relevant to, everyone, really. Technology.
Okay, yeah, tech. Huge for Taiwan, right?
Yeah, I know they're big in tech, but I don't really know the specifics.
Yeah, so Taiwan is a major player in the semiconductor industry.
Semiconductors. Remind me, what are those?
Oh, yeah, sure. So these are the tiny but super important components that are basically in all our electronics.
Oh, right, like in our phones and computers and stuff.
Exactly. And get this, over 60% of the world's semiconductors are made in Taiwan. Crazy, right?
That's a lot. How do they get to be so dominant in that?
It's been a long-term strategy for them. They've invested heavily in this industry, for decades now, and they've really built up this incredible expertise in advanced manufacturing.
So it's not just luck, it's really intentional.
No, not at all. They've been very strategic about this. And because of that, they're totally crucial to the global tech supply chain. The whole world relies on them.
Wow. So there must be some companies there that are really big names in tech, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So you've probably heard of TSMC.
TSMC. Rings a bell.
Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. They're the leading chip manufacturer in the world, bar none.
So they make the chips for all the big tech companies?
Pretty much, yeah. They don't design the chips themselves, but they manufacture them for all the big names. Apple, Samsung, you name it.
So the phone I'm holding right now, it probably has a TSMC chip in it.
Very likely, yeah. They're everywhere.
Wow, okay, that's amazing. So we've gone from the super tiny world of semiconductors to, I guess, tiny tapioca balls.
Bubble tea.
Exactly. I love bubble tea.
Who doesn't, right? It's so good. And it's actually originally from Taiwan.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, it was invented in Taichung back in the 1980s.
It's a relatively recent invention, huh?
Yeah, and it's crazy how popular it's become worldwide. It's a true Taiwanese cultural export.
Yeah, you see it everywhere now. It's really taken off. So from powering our phones to our favorite drinks, it seems like Taiwan's influence is kind of all over the place.
For sure. And, speaking of things that are everywhere, have you ever noticed how many convenience stores they have in Taiwan?
Oh, yeah. They're on every corner.
Right. It's unbelievable. They have over 10,000 convenience stores across the island.
10,000. That's insane. More than anywhere else.
Yeah, I think it's the highest density of convenience stores in the world. It's really unique to Taiwan.
So are they just like the 7-Elevens and stuff that we have here? Or is there something different about them?
Well, they have those, 7-Eleven, Family Mart, all the familiar names, but they're kind of on steroids. They offer so much more than just snacks and drinks.
Oh, really? Like what?
You can pay your bills there, get hot meals, even laundry services sometimes. It's crazy.
Wow, that's so convenient. No pun intended.
Right. But I think it really reflects the culture in Taiwan. It's very busy urban lifestyle, and these convenience stores have become essential hubs for people.
Yeah, I can see that. It's a one-stop shop for everything you need. So we've got the tech, the bubble tea, the convenience stores. What about the transportation? I've heard they're big on scooters there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Motorcycles, especially scooters, are the main way a lot of people get around.
So more so than cars even.
Yeah, for many people, it's just so practical, for navigating the cities. And it's a really cool sight. You see these waves of scooters everywhere.
I can imagine. Must be kind of chaotic at times though, right?
It can be, but they've actually adapted their infrastructure to accommodate it. They have these special scooter boxes at intersections.
Scooter boxes? What are those?
Yeah, it's basically a designated area where scooters can wait safely in front of the cars at a red light.
Oh, that's smart. Makes sense. So we've covered a lot, but we can't talk about Taiwan without mentioning, of course, the night markets.
Yeah, the night markets, they're legendary.
Yeah, I've heard so much about them. What's so special about them?
Oh man, it's like a sensory overload in the best way possible. There's just so much going on. You've got all this amazing street food, like everywhere you look.
So, like, what kind of food are we talking about?
Oh, you gotta try the stinky tofu.
Dinky tofu. That doesn't sound too appealing.
I know, right? The name's not great, but it's actually delicious, like once you get past the smell.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. What else is there?
Oh man, so much. Oyster omelets, beef noodle soup, all sorts of grilled meats and seafood. It's like a foodie's paradise.
Sounds amazing. Definitely adding that to my travel bucket list.
You won't regret it.
Okay, so we've got the food, but what about something a little more unexpected? I heard they have a pretty unique garbage collection system.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's not your typical garbage day there.
So what do they do?
Okay, so instead of just, leaving your bins out on the curb, you actually have to listen for the garbage truck.
Listen for it. Like
Yeah.
how?
They play music.
Music. What kind of music?
Classical music, usually Beethoven's Für Elise.
No way. Seriously.
Yeah, so you hear Für Elise coming down the street, you know it's time to grab your trash and run outside.
That's hilarious. Talk about an interesting way to manage waste.
Yeah, it's pretty unique, and it actually works really well. People pay attention.
I bet they do. So we've talked about tech, food, even garbage collection. What about like their social policies? Are there any that stand out?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in 2019, Taiwan became the first country in Asia to legalize same-sex marriage.
Wow, that's a huge step.
Yeah, definitely puts them at the forefront of LGBTQ plus rights in the region.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So we've covered a lot of ground here, from the cutting edge tech to the unique cultural practices. But I gotta ask, Taiwan's an island, so yeah. What about the natural beauty?
Oh, it's stunning, like seriously breathtaking.
Like what kind of stuff are we talking about?
Okay, so you've got Taroko Gorge with these incredible marble cliffs.
Wow.
Then there's Sun Moon Lake, which is just like this picturesque, serene place.
That's beautiful.
And then, for the hikers out there, there are over 200 mountain peaks that are over 3,000 meters high.
Wow, so it's a paradise for nature lovers too then.
Totally. There's something for everyone. It's really remarkable how much diversity they have packed into this one island.
Yeah, it really is. So I guess when you put it all together, Taiwan is this really interesting blend of like, cutting edge technology, these really unique cultural things, and then just this stunning natural beauty.
Right. It's this awesome mix of the modern and the traditional, the urban and the natural. Like, it's really a place that has it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's full of surprises.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to find there.
So for everyone listening, we've just scratched the surface here, but considering Taiwan's influence on the world, with tech, with social progress, with their culture, it really makes you wonder, what else might come out of this dynamic island nation in the future? Like what other innovations, what other trends? It's kind of exciting to think about.
Yeah, definitely. It's a place to watch for sure.
Absolutely.
Lots more to discover.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks for tuning in to The Deep Dive.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
And we'll catch you next time.